And from 10:30 to 11:30 a.m., an activity for pre-K children ages 2 to 5. All galleries will be open, including the special exhibit, Flamenco, from Spain to the U.S. Saturday hours are 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. The Appleton is located on East Silver Springs Boulevard in Ocala. For more information, visit appletonmuseum.org.
Well, hello there. Danny Boy here, and I've been suffering from some bad luck lately. I've been sick and weak, and I've even been falling, don't you know? But now I've got to look at the Irish. I'm choosing Palm Garden for my rehab. I may not find a pot of gold at the end of the rainbow, but I'm lucky to be getting my health back with a wee bit of help from Palm Garden, what gets me home fast, really fast. Visit Palm Garden, located at the corner of Southwest 27th Avenue and 34th Street, right here in Ocala, don't you know?
When you see the Mike Scott Plumbing truck, you know that experienced certified technicians are on the job. Mike Scott Plumbing has the equipment and expertise to handle any size septic job, residential and commercial. From pumping septic tanks to installing new tanks and drain fields. When you want the job done right the first time, then the first call you need to make is to Mike Scott Plumbing. Mike Scott Plumbing is locally owned and operated since 1987, so you get the quality you expect at the price you deserve. If water runs through it, we do it. Mike Scott Plumbing.
Pals Ocala Auto Repair fixes all makes and models. Pals makes sure that your vehicle's engine, mechanical, and electrical components are healthy at all times. Pals team would much rather see you drive to their shop for a full checkup than be towed in for a complex repair. Give Pals a call today to schedule your next service appointment. 352-414-2984. What? A nationwide warranty, 36 months or 36,000 miles, whichever comes first? Pals looks forward to servicing you and servicing your vehicle. 352-414-2984.
Hey, this is Matt from Crossroad Auto Sales. I want to invite you to come over and check out our vehicles. All of our vehicles at Crossroad Auto Sales go through a rigorous 100-point safety inspection. We work with most outside finance companies, and we even have in-house financing available. Stop by today at 1800 Northwest 10th Street or give me a call at 690-6695. That's 690-6695. Crossroad Auto Sales. We won't leave you stranded at the crossroad.
But our flight doesn't leave for 5 hours.
Traffic could be bad, trying to find a parking spot, then the mile walk here could take a while.
From parking to boarding and everything in between, it's just better. Gainesville Regional Airport.
Are you among the millions of Americans who feel uncertain when it comes to their health care? Well, right now is the only time of the year you can do anything about it. So make the switch to Liberty Health Share. As a healthcare sharing ministry, we are not insurance, so you can pick your program, choose your doctors and hospitals, and choose when you sign up. We have programs for singles, couples, and families, all with no contracts, starting at only $199 per month. Go to libertyhealthshare.org/WOCA. That's libertyhealthshare.org/WOCA.
Attention passengers for Flight 1370. The plane has been delayed at its departure point and will be at least 2 hours late. We apologize for any inconvenience.
Are you serious? It took us over an hour to get here, 2 hours going through security and getting our tickets, and now we have to wait another 2 hours.
Yeah, it's beautiful here, but we're inside this overcrowded airport all day because the plane is stuck in bad weather.
This is the last time we ever do this. When we get back, we're going to Ocala Aviation and getting our pilot's license.
Yeah, we've been talking about that long enough. It's about time we did it. Then we could just fly ourselves and never have to deal with this mess again.
Right. No long lines, no full body groping security, no baggage checks.
Not to mention never losing your luggage. Remind me again why we haven't done that?
Well, we're idiots.
Oh, right.
Attention all passengers for Flight 1370. It looks like the plane is going to be delayed a little bit longer. The airline has lost the pilot's luggage. Isn't it time you got your pilot's license? Call Ocala Aviation today. 352-861-7484. That's 352-861-7484. Hey, you've earned it. Call today.
A partly sunny day today, high 80 to 82. Tonight, partly cloudy, low 58 to 63. Then a mostly sunny day tomorrow. Wednesday's high 80 to 83. At night, it will be mainly clear with a low 56 to 62. Sun and some clouds for Thursday. High 81 to 85. And a partly cloudy night with a low 59 to 63. From the Florida Weather Center, I'm Kevin Snyder.
We are proud to announce the Conservative Watch Hour on WOCA 96.3 FM and 1370 AM every Friday at 11 a.m. Hosted by Annie Marie Delgado, president of Trump Team 2020 Florida, and her co-host Ann Vandersteel with SteelTruth.com. We are serving a higher level of excellence, and we are the only program of this type in this market. Don't miss your weekly dose of conservative talk radio. WOCA 11 a.m. Fridays, 96.3 and 1370 a.m.
Broadcasting from the Paddock Mall Studios, this is WOCA, Ocala, Gainesville, The Villages, 1370 AM, 96.3 FM, The Source. That duct tape. Well, at least it matches the ground color.
There's a reason we only call Mike Scott Plumbing. They're on time every time. They don't charge extra for nights, weekends, or holidays. And most importantly, and I need you to pay attention on this part, they actually fix it.
Okay, so you want me to...
And welcome back. You're listening to AM Ocala Live, WOCA, The Source, 96.3 FM, 1370 AM. In the studio, Sunrise Automotive. What is it?
Auto repair or personal care?
There he is. Yeah. I've been saying it all morning and then I lost it. Good morning, everybody. Happy Tuesday. It's Fat Tuesday. It's the Mardi Gras, baby.
Oh, it is?
Into the garage.
Well, I mean, it's crazy. It's all
crazy, isn't it? Yeah.
That's one of the things I really love about my job.
Yeah.
It's not like it's, the cars are different colors every day. There's different things wrong. It's not doing that same thing over and over.
Hey, that's true. And I commend you on that, man, because I could tell just talking to you, and this is a little props to you, and this is why I enjoy this, is I deal with mechanics a lot on the aviation side of things. And like some mechanics in general, it's just like, oh, it's always something different. Oh, this is broke now. Oh, we got to problem solve this, as if it's like a negative thing.
Right.
But you turn it to a positive thing, man. Like that's what makes it validated in a way. It's different every day.
That's what helps feed my family.
Yeah, and it's something like, all right, yeah, let's problem solve. Let's figure this out. Let's get it done. Yeah. And in that hindsight, that's why I enjoy this, partner. So that's why I say anybody out there who's got questions, 622-9622. This is the man to answer them for you. But yeah, anything just recently, something crazy. Like I remember the one time you told me that you had to take off the entire front grille just to change a headlight on the Cadillac.
Actually, we're doing one of those right now.
Is that right? Yeah.
I got a headlight bulb out.
Man,
holy smokes, Batman! Do you know what we got to do to put that headlight bulb in?
Man, that's incredible.
And people don't understand. So you know what I'll do is I'll take a picture of it, like they're sitting in the waiting room.
Yeah.
I'll take a picture of it, and then I'll come out and say, and I'll show them the picture and say, okay, and I'll blow it up, and I'll say, now see that, and they're freaking out because the whole front of the car is off. Oh my God! Are you going to be able to put that back together again?
Yeah.
Or an evaporator where you have to take the entire dash out of the car.
Oh, is that right?
The entire dash out of the car.
Holy cow.
The entire thing, the steering wheel's gone. It's all gone. It's sitting out there in the middle of the shop.
Oh my goodness! How long does it take to do that?
It depends on what it is. Some cars are a lot more difficult than others.
Yeah.
But like on the average, I'd say probably a day and a half.
Here's a question for you. What's an evaporator?
Okay, so the evaporator is part of that air conditioning thing that's inside the car. So that's where your blower motor, when you turn on your blower motor, it's actually blowing air through the evaporator because that's where all the cold air is right around this evaporator.
That's what I thought, for that to be cool air blowing in.
That's where the cold air comes from.
How often do those kind of go out?
Back in the day, they never went out. They very rarely did they go out because they were made out of brass.
Yeah, I was going to say.
Now they're made out of aluminum.
Yeah, lightweight.
Yeah, lightweight. There's a good excuse.
Yeah.
So they and those folks that park outside we tend to repair those more frequently than those that are parked inside a garage.
Yeah.
Just because of the leaves and the stuff that get inside of them.
That makes sense. And see, my vehicle, it's parked outside, and I try not to park under the tree very often. Like, sometimes it's just the spot that's open because no one really likes to park underneath it. Just the sap alone is a real pain in the butt. But those leaves, they're so crazy because they're a little bit acidic too. Like as they try to decompose and stuff, and they get in everywhere.
Yeah, Dan, you'd be surprised. You'd be surprised
when the
leaves get into how they get inside
and how they get in there and what they do. Yeah,
we've actually had them. Ford Rangers used to be real bad about this. They would actually get so many leaves in the evaporator case, and when your blower motor, you know how you got low, medium, and high.
Yeah.
So what it does is there's 12 volts that always goes into it's a resistor.
Okay.
So it just reduces voltage.
Yeah.
Okay, and that slows the fan down. So that makes low, medium, and high.
Yeah.
So in the resistor is just a wires coiled. Okay. So what'll happen is inside a Ford Ranger, they'll build up with leaves, and those coils get hot. And
no way.
They will catch a fire every once in a while.
Yeah, holy cow. Man, that's incredible.
And they actually made a little access panel.
So you can
take these screws out, and people don't even know it's there. And oh my goodness.
Yeah.
Dude, it's ridiculous how much pounds of leaves.
Oh my god.
Will get stored up in there.
Yeah.
And frogs and mice and all critters end up in there too. It's crazy.
And I could see that in certain times of years. Like you'd always assume like up north leaves, they're always decomposing, they're always gonna be wet. But no, in regards to being down here, you get a dry season, all that dries out. So like you said, you got some heat building up there. Oof, tender, baby. Man. Now speaking of that, the Ford Ranger. What do you think of the new Ford Rangers?
I don't know. I haven't really had too many. I haven't had a dealing with them as far as the mechanical side of it. I think it's a decent looking truck.
Yeah, it's not bad looking.
It's not a bad looking truck. I think they did a good job of replacing the older Ranger. You know, that was one of the most popular vehicles on the planet.
I would say from 94 to 99, that was one of the most popular small size pickup trucks.
I mean, it was like the most used pickup truck for companies and business.
Yeah.
And then they stopped doing it. You know, it was kind of, and the price, and I'd have people call and say, hey, can you find me a Ford Ranger? I'm like, guy, let me tell you something. You can buy a full-size Ford truck for the same price you can buy for a Ranger. Yeah. The price on them went just stupid there for a while.
Yeah, which is crazy. And then now, as they've kind of come back like they did with what's Chevy done the Blazer now, it's like they had to find a way to modernize it, then throw in the technology that you have with the dash and everything, and yeah, it's not a bad looking truck. Again, it's like they got smaller yet. I don't know. It feels like they're even smaller inside as far as the cabin space. Yeah. But the bodies themselves look bigger.
Yeah, they do.
Kind of like the same with the Colorados as they redesigned for Chevy. It's like, the bodies almost look like they're bigger, but then it's like the inside's tinier. I don't know, it's crazy.
And when I worked at the dealership, because I worked for a GMC dealership at one time in my life.
Yeah.
You know, the people used to come and they would buy. We worked for GMC, so there was the S10s.
Oh yeah.
And people would come in and buy the little trucks.
Well, the Sonoma, right? GMC and the Sonoma.
Yeah. And so they would buy the small trucks thinking they're going to get better gas mileage, and they didn't. No. They got the same gas mileage as the big trucks. And people would get so upset. You know, I bought the smaller truck because I want a better gas mileage.
We got a caller. And good morning. You're on the air with Matt Gibbs.
Good morning, guys.
Morning.
Hey, partner.
Say, Matt, I've got a Buick Enclave. I believe your wife had one at one time, too. And I called the deal. I was wondering where the battery is located, and it's behind the passenger front seat.
Yes, it is.
Under the mat. And I looked back there. Do you need a tool or something to get that battery out of there? It seems like it's, after I took the mat away, I looked at it, and I couldn't do nothing. I mean, nothing would move.
Yeah, there's actually like a little, I think it's a 30 Torx bit. It's a Torx bit that's holding that little cover on, and you have to take that, and you got to pop those plastic, the little vent things, those little plastic pieces. You got to pop those out too. And then there's actually a 30, I think it's a 30 Yeah, it's a 30 Torx bit, and you got to take that cover off, and then you get to see the battery.
Yeah.
and make sure that if you do replace the battery, get the proper battery, because you have tubes that go on the ends of the battery. So that because it will build hydrogen gas, because that's what batteries do, and there's drains that actually drain the gas outside the vehicle. So you have to make sure that you get the proper battery that will connect to the tubes that are in the car.
Incredible.
Are those batteries sealed?
Yes, sir. Pretty much all the batteries are sealed anymore.
If a person would get into the battery and he took it someplace, can he test the battery to see what strength it is, if it's still good or not?
Yeah. You could do it right there in the vehicle.
Even being sealed, they can still find out if the battery's valid or not, right?
Yes, sir. Yeah, we can load test it, and I can give you all the health of the battery.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because from that you can tell whether or not it was charging well.
The vehicle is a 2012 with the battery still in it, and it's still starting to car pretty good. But I'm going to be taking a short trip here, and I thought maybe it'd be smart to maybe just have that. The car starts okay, but just to have it tested, because I don't want to be halfway up north in this time of year, and all of a sudden I got a battery problem in no man's land, So I think I'll stop over and have you guys at least test it, if not replace it.
Yep, that sounds good. Thanks, sir.
There you go.
Okay, thank you very much.
You got it, partner. Thanks for the call. So, why is it there? Why would they put it there?
I don't know. It probably took 4 engineers, an engineer helper, and 3 wannabe engineers to come up with that conclusion.
And I always feel like when it comes to that, it's like they're like, yeah, this looks good. Yeah, great design. High five. The battery. Oh, shoot.
Let's just throw it up.
I tell you what here. Carve out a spot near the front seat.
And a lot of the batteries and a lot of the cars now are under the rear seat. You pull up the rear seat cover, and there's fuses. There's IPCs, there's batteries, there's modules, and all that stuff is under the seats now.
Now, see, on an airplane, it makes sense, because in certain airplanes, you got them in the back, behind the seat, or underneath, and that makes sense because you're confining space to keep the airframe lighter and then smaller too. By smaller, it becomes lighter, and where you put it. Now, some of them are within the cowling and up front, but some of them back underneath the seat, and that made sense to me. But it's kind of crazy how sometimes even with the automobiles, they do something like that.
Now, it's like if a PCM, or the ECM, some people call it ECM, electronic control module, or powertrain control module, the actual the module that's running the drivetrain.
Okay.
Some cars have a TCM, which will be controlling transmission controls.
Yeah.
But like with GM, if they put the ECM, PCM on the outside under the hood, all the terminals are gold.
Mm-hmm.
So for corrosion, whatnot.
Makes sense, yeah.
And weather packed really well. So the inside the car, it doesn't require to be
as
non-corrosive kind of stuff.
Because if you pack it in the same material that you have it packed with, and you keep that inside, that's even better yet. And you want yeah.
So the computers for inside vehicles are a lot cheaper than computers for outside vehicles.
Man, and see, that's like you said, we talked about that before. The difference between nowadays being a mechanic on mechanical items as now being a technician.
Right.
And base the difference on that is exactly what we're talking about, just the different nuances that come along with the newer cars and stuff like it, especially with all the technology. Man, it's nuts.
I mean, I have a laptop and I have it's called a pass-through module, right? It's a tool that I buy.
Yeah.
So I can go, I turn on this tool, then I can go, let's say it's GM, I can go on GM's website. I can plug this connector that goes through this interface module that connects to a laptop, right? So now I have this vehicle connected to the factory, to General Motors.
Incredible.
And we can do updates, we can change things, we can, if there's a new updated program or software for any of the operating systems.
Yeah.
And some of these cars have 20 operating systems in them anymore.
Holy cow, we got another caller, WOCA AM Ocala Live. You're on the air with Matt Gibbs.
Yeah, good morning. I really enjoy your show. I listen every week. I just have a question for you, if I might.
Yes.
I got a Chevy Trailblazer. It's a 2008. On the air conditioner, you'll be just going down the road, all of a sudden it quits, and it blows just warm air. The heat gauge quits, and then a light on the dash comes on. Then, sooner or later, it'll come back on, blows ice cold.
What light is coming on the dash?
Something to do with the engine. It's a little light that shows, it looks like a gas gauge, little small light.
So the check engine light?
It wouldn't look like a gas gauge. It's probably the reason that the air conditioner is quitting is because when that light comes on, it defaults it and it causes the AC. The computer is shutting the air conditioner down because something's happening. So if it's that serious for the computer to shut the AC down, then you definitely probably need to have that checked. And what's happening is after you shut it off and things cool down, or a lot of times when you turn the key off and you turn it back on, you recycle it. So you're going to have to allow whatever happened to cause that light to come on will have to happen again and then the AC will shut down again. So it's definitely something that the car's doing, and I can't think of a light that looks like a gas gauge on. I mean, if it would be a check engine.
Small little teeny light up by the security light.
Okay.
I don't know. I looked it up one time. I forgot what they called it.
Yeah, there's.
And also, like I said, the heat gauge goes off. The temperature gauge.
Yeah. Then something is losing. You're losing something, and I definitely would check. I would definitely find out what you're losing, because that could be very detrimental, and it could be that because you're losing the temperature gauge, the computer doesn't understand that it doesn't read a true temperature in the engine, so therefore it just says, hey, we're going to shut off the AC just to protect. We're going to protect the engine every way we can.
Right, so it doesn't want to overheat or anything like it. Yeah.
I see.
But I definitely would have it checked.
Yeah. Well, thank you for the call, partner.
Yes, sir. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Excellent. Yeah, that's interesting. I'm trying to think what gauge or what light.
Yeah, I would have.
You're saying.
Sometimes I can see. I just have to see it.
Yeah.
And but there's lots of things that'll happen. Like if your brake lights is not working correctly, a lot of times your cruise control won't work. You know, there's other things inside the car to make you pay attention to what's going on. I hope you pay attention to what's going on.
That's what a lot of people, I think, misconstrue. Like, in a way, this isn't working. Oh, now this car's falling apart. Well, no, those are signs that say, hey, something else needs to get checked out.
And something needs to get checked out.
Interesting. Now, right now, my brake light keeps faulting.
So it blinks real fast?
No, it just comes up on a thing after I've cranked up, started rolling, and I hit the brake. Everything's fine. Then it'll come up and chime. It says brake light out. But what it is it still illuminates. But when I give it brake, it doesn't shine brighter like the other one. So that one comes up like that, and I know I need to get in there and change that out.
And let me throw this out while we're on the air, and we got 13 people listening.
Yeah.
Do not replace your brake light bulbs, your tail light bulbs, your running light bulbs, your dome light bulbs with LED lights.
Oh.
Fox News, I'm Chris Foster. Stocks are higher to start the trading day on Wall Street after yesterday's 2,000-point drop in the Dow. The coronavirus spread has President Trump looking for ways to offset the economic impacts.
We're going to be meeting with House Republicans, Mitch McConnell, everybody, and discussing a possible payroll tax cut or relief.
There are 26 confirmed coronavirus deaths in the United States, with cases in 36 states and D.C. There are Democratic Party presidential primary contests in 6 states today.
Former Democratic candidates Cory Booker and Kamala Harris, both senators, threw their support behind former Vice President Joe Biden last night in Detroit.
I'm going to tell you, I am so proud to endorse Joe Biden to be the next president of the United States.
9% of all pledged delegates are available today.
Fox's Tanya J. Powers. Bernie Sanders won Michigan in 2016. He debates Joe Biden one-on-one Sunday. America's listening to Fox News.
No matter how big the job a pro like you is working on, Lowe's is ready and stocked with the supplies you need, so you can get everything you need in one stop, saving you time. And will also save you money, because when you buy 64 more sheets of OSB, save 10% just for buying in bulk. And our pro loaders are ready to load you up and get you back to the job site faster. For the supplies you need today and every day, do it right for less. Start with Lowe's, U.S. only.
Happening across the nation right now. ADP is helping Party City stores streamline recruiting. Music houses like Squeaky Clean Studios are demoing tracks while ADP helps keep business on track. And ADP helps a small Mexican restaurant keep up with compliance demands. When ADP helps businesses achieve what they're working for, that's newsworthy. HR talent, time, benefits, and payroll. Informed by data and designed for people. Learn more at design.adp.com.
When you see the Mike Scott Plumbing truck, you know that experienced certified technicians are on the job. Mike Scott Plumbing has the equipment and expertise to handle any size septic job, residential and commercial. From pumping septic tanks to installing new tanks and drain fields. When you want the job done right the first time, then the first call you need to make is to Mike Scott Plumbing. Mike Scott Plumbing is locally owned and operated since 1987, so you get the quality you expect at the price you deserve. If water runs through it, we do it. Mike Scott Plumbing.
WOCA. The largest aerospace expo in the South, Sun and Fun, returns to the skies of Lakeland March 31st through April 5th. It's not just an air show, it's everything aviation in 2020. Walk among hundreds of aircraft and be amazed at air shows with breathtaking aerobatic displays by the world's top pilots. See mighty warbirds in flight, from vintage bombers to modern fighter jets, and feel the heat of a 1,000-foot wall of fire. Plus, new for 2020, our STEM-tastic pavilion with dozens of interactive activities for all ages. Oh, and let's not forget the precision flying of the U.S. Air Force Thunderbirds. Take advantage of the Florida Resident Weekend Special, Saturday, April 4th and Sunday, April 5th, and get 3 shows for the price of 1. Come Saturday, stay for the night air show with its amazing Star Dance Spectacular drone light show, aerobatic flyers, plus a fireworks display. Then return Sunday for an additional show for free. Children under 10 are free, so make plans to bring the whole family and experience the past, present, and future of aviation at the Sun and Fun Aerospace Expo. Visit us at flysnf.org.
Ah, the joys of flying from a major hub.
Come on, guys, we gotta go.
Wait, honey, but our flight doesn't leave for 5 hours.
I know, but traffic could be bad. Then there's trying to find a parking spot, then the mile walk to check in, and of course security could take a while.
Skip the circus and fly regional. From parking to boarding and everything in between, it's just better.
Gainesville Regional Airport, now boarding with over 343 destinations in one stop. Non-stop service to Dallas, Fort Worth, Atlanta, Charlotte, and Miami. Fly with us. You'll be glad you did. For more information, visit flygainesville.com.
Ocala, you asked for it, and it's back. Bob Wine's famous buy one, get one at half price deal on trees. Choose any large tree up to 6 feet tall for just $49.99. Then you get a second one just like it for half price. And here's a super tree buy. Get a big number 7 size magnolia, regularly $139 for just $99.99. You've got to see the dozens of tree deals to believe it. And how about this citrus tree special? Nice size citrus trees, oranges, lemons, limes, many more, as low as $59.99, and you get a free bag of fertilizer with your purchase. Don't forget those spring veggies, great selection, still just $3.49 for the Super 4-pack. Many, many, many buy one, get one free deals on other great spring growers, including plumbago, hydrangea, arborvitae, and many more. By all means, check the ad, then head on over to Bob Wines on Southeast 38th Street, Ocala, in the same blooming place since 1952.
A partly sunny day today, high 80 to 82. Tonight, partly cloudy, low 58 to 63. Then a mostly sunny day tomorrow. Wednesday's high 80 to 83. At night, it will be mainly clear with a low 56 to 62. Sun and some clouds for Thursday. High 81 to 85. And a partly cloudy night with a low 59 to 63. From the Florida Weather Center, I'm Kevin Snyder.
The NFL alumni is sponsoring a Clay for Kids sporting event to benefit Champions for Champions. The event will take place at the Robinson Ranch in Inglis, Florida on Saturday, March 21st. Call 866-996-2182 for details. The NFL alumni will provide gift bags, breakfast, lunch, and prizes. Call 866-996-2182 for details. Clay for Kids. Call 866-996-2182 for details. Hosted by the NFL alumni.
Well, the new year is upon us, and that means getting to those forgotten projects that you promised you would. So whether you're tackling a small honey-do list or building the Taj Mahal, Sunbelt Rentals will help you get the job done right with the right tools. From carpet cleaners to excavators, Sunbelt Rentals has what you need. So what are you waiting for? Get it done. Rent it now from Sunbelt Rentals, located on Highway 27, just a half mile east of I-75, or visit sunbeltrentals.com. Get it done. Rent it now. Sunbelt Rentals.
Jean Powell, Past Chamoy. Jean and Debbie thank you for another successful year and to wish you peace, love, and joy in 2020. Now is the perfect time to fence row spray for weed control, rototilling for your winter gardens, and stump grinding. We are family owned and operated, licensed and insured, and farm ready. Powell Jean, Gene at yahoo.com. 352-629-2440. Jean Powell, Past Chamoy. 352-629-2440. Jean is a proud United States veteran.
Every first Saturday is free at the Appleton Museum of Art. The next free First Saturday is April 3rd. Enjoy a special art project for families in the art space. And from 10:30 to 11:30 a.m., an activity for pre-K children ages 2 to 5. All galleries will be open, including the special exhibit, Flamenco, from Spain to the U.S. Saturday hours are 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. The Appleton is located on East Silver Springs Boulevard in Ocala. For more information, visit appletonmuseum.org.
Well, hello there. Danny Boy here, and I've been suffering from some bad luck lately. I've been sick and weak, and I've even been falling, don't you know? But now I've got the luck of the Irish. I'm choosing Palm Garden for my rehab. I may not find a pot of gold at the end of the rainbow, but I'm lucky to be getting my health back with a wee bit of help from Palm Garden, what gets me home fast. Really, really fast. Visit Palm Garden, located at the corner of Southwest 27th Avenue and 34th Street, right here in Ocala, don't you know?
When you see the Mike Scott Plumbing truck, you know that experienced certified technicians are on the job. Mike Scott Plumbing has the equipment and expertise to handle any size septic job, residential and commercial. From pumping septic tanks to installing new tanks and drain fields. When you want the job done right the first time, then the first call you need to make is to Mike Scott Plumbing. Mike Scott Plumbing is locally owned and operated since 1987, so you get the quality you expect at the price you deserve. If water runs through it, we do it. Mike Scott Plumbing.
WOCA.
And you're listening to AM Ocala Live on WOCA, The Source, 96.3 FM, 1370 AM, broadcasting to you live from the Paddock Mall. We are streaming live, YouTube Live, WOCA, The Source Radio. As we're wrapping up the show here, as we are now 20 minutes before the top of the 11 o'clock hour, as some tidbits here we didn't get to in news bits. This one was interesting here that I thought was worth talking about. It says Nestle with decision on hold after Springs owners filed a petition. Seven Springs Water Company filed petition against the Water Management District, putting Nestle's decision on hold. The final decision on a closely watched battle that could decide the fate of millions of gallons of North Florida spring water is on hold for at least several months pending legal action. Seven Springs Water Company filed a petition Friday requesting a formal administrative hearing after the Swanee River Water Management District recommended that its board vote against the owners of the Guinea Springs, who want to renew a permit to pump spring water for use out of by a nearby Nestle bottling plant. The district, which submitted its response to the state's Division of Administrative Hearings Monday, now must wait until the administrative process is complete before taking any action, said spokeswoman Caitlin Potter. It says a hearing will likely take place within 60 to 90 days, followed by court proceedings, for which there is no precise timetable. Finally, the judge will submit a recommended order to the district governing board for final agency action. In its petition, Seven Springs, which is represented by Tampa-based lawyer Douglas Manson, argued that the district made arguments against Seven Springs' application that were not based solely on statutory or rule requirements. Mason could not be reached for a comment come Monday. It said the proposed project would take place on about 604 acres in the Gilchrist County outside High Springs. According to the water agency staff's report, groundwater from the 2 production wells would be withdrawn and used at the adjacent Nestle plant, while a 3rd well would replace the first well once it's completed. The first district staff review attached in this petition said that Seven Springs did not provide a copy of its contract with the Nestle Waters of North America to give reasonable assurance that the two will work together to bottle the water, nor did it give evidence of the physical and financial ability to process up to 1.152 millions of gallons of water a day. The report also said that Seven Springs did not assure the district that bottling would take place at High Springs facility. It is required to provide additional information should it bottle water outside of the Nestle's High Springs plant. Interesting here, and it says, although the board's discussion and potential decision on the permit renewal had to be scrapped from the Tuesday meeting agenda, Potter, the district spokeswoman, said residents with opinions on the matter are welcome to come and provide comment on the topic. The meeting starts at 9 a.m. and the Water District headquarters, 9225 County Road 49 in Live Oak, and many have spoken out for months against the permit renewal at past meetings, including people who visit the springs frequently for recreational purpose and those who rely on Florida's natural wonders for their livelihoods, like the Weekawachi mermaids. So, yeah, a little interesting there with that. We had talked about this maybe a month ago or so, in lieu of the expectations in Nestle and their decision on the springs there. So Seven Springs Water Company filing a petition for that water management district and putting that Nestle decision on hold. Nonetheless, that's a little interesting in itself. With that talk, too, annual Spring Fest is this weekend. Spring Fest 2020 this weekend at Silver Springs State Park will offer plenty of entertainment, from live music to mermaid shows. It says here that the regular $2 person daily park entry fee will apply, but 30-minute rides on the glass-bottom boats will be half price. The 19th Annual Spring Fest, a celebration of Florida's natural springs intended to entertain and educate, is a joint venture of Silver Springs State Park and the park's nonprofit support group, Friends of Silver Springs State Park. The event will also include food, art, tours, displays of underwater photography by Bruce Mozart, nature walks, and education about the springs. A special tribute will be held at 11 a.m. Saturday in the newly remodeled Paradise Ballroom for 5 Silver Springs glass-bottom boat captains with an average of 55 years of service. A resolution from the State of the Florida Office of the Governor and Cabinet will recognize Roosevelt Faison for 62 years of service, David Faison, 60 years of service, Oscar Collins, 50 years of service, Virginia Ferguson, the first African-American female captain at Silver Springs, for 46 years. Roosevelt Faison and David Faison also operated glass-bottom boats at Paradise Park, an area a short distance away from the main springs that was set aside for black visitors from 1949 and 1969, according to the resolution. And a role reverse plans to include taking the captains out on the river on a pontoon boat for a relaxing afternoon with their families. The 19th Annual Spring Fest will be 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. Saturday and Sunday. That's at the Silver Springs State Park at 5656 or 5656 East Silver Springs Boulevard, Silver Springs. Cost, like we said, was $2 per person for daily park admission. The glass-bottom boat rides, regular advertised prices for a 30-minute ride are just $12 plus tax for adults, $11 plus tax for children 6 to 12, and children 5 and younger are free. Rides will be half price during Spring Fest, according to the organizers. Shu would like to see a monument placed inside the park to teach the public about the history of the Forgotten Paradise Park. Says Captain Leo Chatham, with 55 years of service, from bottom captain to management, will be honored with a certificate of recognition from the Marion County Board of County Commissioners. Also expected at the tribute is producer, director, and Emmy Award-winning nature videographer Mark Emery of Ocala, whose documentary Out of the Mist, a Silver River story, highlights the river ecosystem and the longtime contribution of the glass bottom boat captains. Silver Spring State Park is former attraction where some of the, quote, Tarzan movies and The Creature from the Black Lagoon were filmed. It was also the setting for TV series like Sea Hunt and I Spy. The attraction was converted into a Florida state park in 2013. Soon after the site became a state park, work began to return the landscape to indigenous plant life. Events like weddings and art shows have been encouraged at the venue, according to the assistant park manager, Nikki Aiken, who was married at the park. Aiken said daily attendance averages around 1,000, but the Spring Fest has drawn upwards of 6,000 per day. Lisa Sopp, a chemist with the local water quality consultant firm for Aquapure, is a Springfest president. Quote, "This is everybody's park," she says. Sopp has tracked the water condition and levels of the Silver Springs and the 13,000 square mile surrounding basin for over 35 years. She will head up several education booths at the festival. There will be music on tap at the Silver Springs State Park main stage, including Ben Prestige at 2 p.m. Saturday and Sunday, Pack Rat's Smokehouse at noon Saturday and 11 a.m. Sunday, Mr. Ollie at 10 a.m. Saturday, and Chuck Hardwick and the Heartline Band at 10 a.m. Saturday, and J.W. Gilmore and the Blues Authority at noon on Saturday. It says Friends of the Silver Springs State Park President David Rossiter said the group maintains a welcome center adjacent to the Glass Bottom Boat Dock. The center will open to provide information both days of the event, according to the event organizer. Meanwhile, a recent day at the park saw Glass Bottom Boat Captain Oscar Collins taking Florida Park Specialist Andy Kilmer and 24 guests onto the Silver River for an educational tour. And guests included Bob and Lisa Mayer, Daniel Rios, Jay Haig, all of Minnesota. Collins, running commentary in the surroundings, kept the ground clucking and engaged, the group clucking and engaged. Towards the close of the ride, he commented on the unusual shapes of palm trees and everything else, they joked. So with that, that's one of the things to look for is the Spring Fest this weekend with 2020. This is the, like they said, 19th annual Spring Fest, 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. at Silver Springs State Park, 5656 East Silver Springs Boulevard. So that's something to look forward to. As one more mention of the Glass Bottom boat rides, they said that the cost for the admission of the Spring Fest was just $2 per person for the daily parking admission, but the Glass Bottom boat rides, one more time, regularly advertised for a 30-minute ride, are $12 plus tax for adults, $11 for children 6 to 12, and 5 and younger are free. Rides will be half price during Springfest, according to the organizers. So that's something to look forward to as well, as we are now sitting here with the weather starting to warm up just a little bit more, as now we're making our way here closer to 70 degrees, as it's still overcast, but you can start to see it breaking up a little bit now, as they're still calling for about a 20%, mostly cloudy with a 20% chance of some thunderstorms or showers this afternoon into tonight. So maybe there's a possibility of a little bit of rain here as we get some of these so-called south-southeast winds. And then for tomorrow, like we were saying, 20% chance of thunderstorms moving into Wednesday night with a 10% chance as we see ourselves rise into the 80s tomorrow more so. But like we say, it's not as much as it was or it feels like, in the summertime. But we're going to take a short little break, and when we come back, we'll round out our show. You're listening to WOCA, The Source, AM Ocala Live, 96.3 FM, 1370 AM, The Source.
Broadcasting from the Paddock Mall Studios, this is WOCA, Ocala, Gainesville, The Villages, 1370 AM, 96.3 FM, The Source.
We are proud to announce the Conservative Watch Hour on WOCA 96.3 FM and 1370 AM every Friday at 11 a.m. Hosted by Annie Marie Delgado, President of Trump Team 2020 Florida, and her co-host Ann Vandersteel with SteelTruth.com. We are serving a higher level of excellence, and we are the only program of this type in this market. Don't miss your weekly dose of conservative talk radio. WOCA 11 a.m. Fridays, 96.3 and 1370 a.m.
A partly sunny day today, high 80 to 82. Tonight, partly cloudy, low 58 to 63. Then a mostly sunny day tomorrow. Wednesday's high 80 to 83. At night, it will be mainly clear with a low 56 to 62. Sun and some clouds for Thursday, high 81 to 85. And a partly cloudy night with a low 59 to 63. From the Florida Weather Center, I'm Kevin Snyder.
Listening to AM Ocala Live, WOCA, The Source, 96.3 FM, 1370 AM. As we just plugged there, a little bit of weather, and to stay tuned on Friday for it'll be our fourth week, if I'm not mistaken, for the Conservative Watch Hour. And with that, Annie Delgado, as she's in here, for that hour, we do get the updates here. And as of today, March 10th, with everything surrounding Corona and all this good stuff, out of the Oval Office today, President Donald Trump will be awarding the Presidential Medal of Freedom to retired Army General Jack Keane. Ahead of the event, the White House official statement said, quote, General King has devoted his life to keeping America safe and strong, and he has earned many awards, including 2 Defense Distinguished Service Medals, 5 Legions of Merit, 2 Army Distinguished Service Medals, the Silver Star, the Bronze Star, and the Ronald Reagan Peace Through Strength Award. The event will be hosted at the White House, and according to the statement, quote, the prestigious award is the nation's highest civilian honor, which may be awarded to the president, to the individuals, by the president, to the individuals who had made especially meritorious contributions to the security or national interests of our United States, to world peace, or to culture, or other significant public and private endeavors. In the evening, the president will take part in a White House briefing with the Coronavirus Task Force, COVID-19, as for wisdom and guidance for the president as he works to address the many issues facing the nation, and for God to be honored through the legacy of General Jack Keane, and for the Coronavirus Task Force as they work to respond to the growing concerns of the virus around the globe. Now, Joe, good morning, partner. There you go.
Good morning.
Yeah, I got to keep them all down. And lately, it's been it's bouncing around.
Yeah. Well,
speaking of that, I actually read today that 50,000 coronavirus cases are people who had recovered from coronavirus. Yeah. 50,000 had recovered.
Put up, how all the money being put into that and all this, and by the population of the world compared to how many are out there and everything, and it's good to be prepared. So I'm not going to downplay it by any means, but especially for the ones. But it's a virus, and it'll go around. It'll be around until it works its way until we.
Did you listen in yesterday morning in the 7 o'clock hour?
I don't remember. Well, what?
We actually had a caller. I got a little bit of a soapbox yesterday and preached a little bit, but we had a caller that was a little disappointing as I was talking about daylight savings time a little bit and just kind of feeding some conversation for general topics for the show.
And he or she said what?
That he was upset that we weren't talking all about coronavirus nonstop all the time for 4 hours. And what it was is that we were disservice.
We can have a spare radio station on the side just for that.
Just for that.
Yeah. But it is out there, I'm telling you.
But what it was is one of his arguments is how you and I were just sort of what he, quote, downplayed the virus is just something like, it's just a little flu, which, what I told him.
No, it's not a flu. It's a virus. Let's face that. And there's going to be a cure for it. It'll come in. The vaccines will come in.
And just the basis of fact is that was just you and I expressing opinion, which is a conversation to get going and everything else.
Like he had his opinion.
Yeah, exactly, which I love that he brought in. But with that being said, that was actually the article I read today, which was out of Johns Hopkins University, is that 50,000 people have recovered from it. As much as,
it depends on your physical being, if and when you get it.
And that was the other statistic that they had that was very good. So, for example, of the cases of people who died, the majority, they said, in percentage, I don't have it with me right now, but it was a percentage, and the majority of the people who had died, 70 to 80 years old. And the ones who were any younger already had previous health conditions.
Right.
So.
Yeah. It depends on and it's a dangerous one. It's airborne, so it goes through the air.
It has made it a seller's market, though, or I'm sorry, a buyer's market.
Let's buy this new soda. Haha. No. No. I cannot figure out we're going to have a run on toilet paper. Excuse me? What does one have to do with the other? I don't know. And all these years, my mom always taught me, when you use the potty, wash your hands. When you go there, wash your hands all the time. Now it's like, it's a new thing now, wash your hands. And that woman, I can't think of, she's all over Facebook, and there she is. Be careful now. Don't touch your face, your fingers to your hand. She touches her tongue with her finger to turn the page.
Yeah.
And on a lighter note.
A lot of people made a big deal about that.
But it's true, though. It's like, there it is.
It was her page.
It was her page.
If she would have, see, that's again where I would have disagreed. If she would have licked her finger and grabbed the microphone and moved it, then I'd be appalled.
Yeah, who held those papers before she got them?
Probably her.
Who knows?
She knew that.
But on a lighter note,
yeah,
the Wienermobile will be here tomorrow.
That's right. That was one of the things I wanted to plug out. The Wienermobile, which we had there for the Strawberry Festival, will be here at the Paddock Mall.
The Wienermobile will be
tomorrow at 10 a.m.
We're going to have the driver in here or the representative.
A representative of the Oscar Mayer Wienermobile. We'll have her here on at 10:35 this time tomorrow. We'll have here on right here. Yeah, Michaela on here at 10:35 WOCA.
There was
some stay tuned for.
There was some stuff I asked them all kinds of. They didn't even the two of them. There was two of them, and ask them when it started. Of course, you'll ask her all these questions tomorrow. But when was the first Wienermobile built? How long has Oscar Mayer been in business? So forth, and it is amazing. All the stuff that they know about that thing, and of course, where they go, where they've been, how long, how do they get the job? What's it? Because there's 12 Wienermobiles out there.
There's 12.
So how many? Different territories.
There's a dozen of them.
Very good,
man.
Well, unless it's a baker's dozen, then there'd be 13.
13.
I had to come by on the last few minutes of your show and just be a pain in your neck. Or some people have a lower opinion, but that's okay.
But the Wienermobile, buddy.
That's
looking for.
It is a cool vehicle.
Maybe I can get a wiener whistle.
They don't do those anymore.
No?
I don't know. I'll have
they
to
did.
ask. I don't know.
I thought they did. Well, as we come up here, this rounds out Tuesday's show. Good show. As you can stay tuned for tomorrow. Like we said, we'll have the Wienermobile here at the Paddock Mall. And
one of the many things that we'll have.
One of the many things. So stay tuned for that.
You'll be here tomorrow.
I will be here tomorrow. I will be giving away more Bob Wine's gift certificates tomorrow. So stay tuned for that.
Hot dog.
Hot dog. There it is. There it is. You're listening to 96.3 FM, 1370 AM, The Source. Goodbye.
Fox News, I'm Chris Foster. It is Super Tuesday 2 with Democratic Party presidential contests in 6 states.
Voters in Michigan, Washington State, Missouri, Mississippi, Idaho, and North Dakota will cast ballots in the Democratic race for 2020. There are 352 delegates up for grabs today, and it's the first time since the field effectively narrowed to a two-person race between Vermont Senator Bernie Sanders and former Vice President Joe Biden.
Fox's Tanya J. Powers. Stocks are up after yesterday's big drop due in part to potential economic impacts of the coronavirus spread. President Trump plans to ask Congress for tax relief and other measures to help stem the tide there. Arkansas Republican Tom Cotton says,
"We know that it will have economic implications. We've seen that in the wild stock market fluctuations. The most important thing we can do is to contain it as best as possible, prevent the outbreak from becoming even wider than it already is."
Senator Cotton on Fox and Friends. America's listening to Fox News.
No matter how big the job a pro like you is working on, Lowe's is ready and stocked with the supplies you need, so you can get everything you need in one stop, saving you time, and will also save you money. Because when you buy 64 or more sheets of OSB, save 10% just for buying in bulk. And our pro loaders are ready to load you up and get you back to the job site faster. For the supplies you need today and every day, do it right for less. Start with Lowe's, U.S. only.
Happening across the nation right now. ADP is helping Party City stores streamline recruiting. Music houses like Squeaky Clean Studios are demoing tracks while ADP helps keep business on track. And ADP helps a small Mexican restaurant keep up with compliance demands. When ADP helps businesses achieve what they're working for, that's newsworthy. HR talent, time, benefits, and payroll. Informed by data and designed for people. Learn more at design.adp.com.
Detroit rally. One of them, Senator Cory Booker, who threw his endorsement to Biden earlier this week.
I am so proud to be on Joe's team because Joe is on your team. I am so proud to be with Joe because Joe is with all of us.
Former candidate and U.S. Senator Kamala Harris also endorsing Biden and appearing at that rally last night. They've released the names of 2 U.S. Marines who were killed in Iraq over the weekend. The Department of Defense saying Gunnery Sergeant Diego Pongo of Simi Valley, California, and Captain Moises Navas of Germantown, Maryland, both died on Sunday in north-central Iraq. The 2 were helping Iraqi security forces during an operation against an ISIS stronghold there. And you're listening to USA Radio News.
Are you tired of high cable TV rates? Sign up for Dish today and get a $500 bonus offer while supplies last. Plus, lock in your price for 2 years guaranteed. Call All-American Dish, your Dish authorized retailer now.
800-610-5739. 800-610-5739. That's 800-610-5739. Offers require credit qualification, 24-month commitment, early termination fee, and auto pay. Restrictions apply. Call for details.
An ongoing oil dispute between Saudi Arabia and Russia is on President Trump's mind. Trump speaking with the Saudi Crown Prince by phone yesterday to discuss the crisis, which has been adding to turmoil in global financial markets, already reeling because of coronavirus. Russia and Saudi Arabia are in a titanic battle over the global oil market, and it's been pushing gas prices lower here in the U.S. The coronavirus is hitting especially close to home for 4 members of Congress, as we hear from USA Radio's Robin Walensky.
4 members of Congress who attended CPAC to self-quarantine: Texas Senator Conservative Ted Cruz, Georgia Congressman Republican Doug Collins, Florida Congressman Matt Gaetz, and Arizona Congressman Paul Gosar all had contact with a man from New Jersey who has the coronavirus and is being treated. The Conservative Political Action Conference held at National Harbor, Maryland at the end of February.
And it appears California is the place to live if you want to be happy. At least that's according to a new study from Wallet Hub. It put together the top 200 happiest cities in America based on depression rates, income growth rates, and other factors. And 3 California cities make the top 5. Fremont's number 1, San Jose number 3, Irvine's number 4. Plano, Texas came in second, by the way. Madison, Wisconsin was 5. And for USA Radio News, I'm Chris Barnes.
Extendivite really works. Just listen to what Dr. Joe has to say.
Hypertension runs in my family, unfortunately.
This is your source for breaking news.